and subscribe to support the channel. Please like and subscribe to this new channel for more manhwa episodes. Thanks for watching. Now, let's continue. In the previous episode, we saw how Ryu chopped Youngmin's head, and everyone started to badmouth him, saying Ryu is a murderer. But suddenly, Youngmin came back to life. Everyone just watched Youngmin in utter silence. Ryu then explained that there was a hidden rule of this round that after 10 minutes of death, players would respawn with all their injuries healed, like nothing happened. Youngmin, on the other hand, slowly stood up, confused about why people were staring at him. Then he realized they weren't just staring at him. It was like they had seen a zombie in front of them. After that, Youngmin turned back, and while looking at Ryu and scratching his head, thought he was really confused. He was definitely talking to Black Scythe a while ago, and after that, he didn't remember what happened. The next moment, he was just sitting on the ground. What the hell is going on? Meanwhile, the other players, after noticing that Youngmin was alive, started to shout in confusion, asking how the hell Youngmin was alive and how he had resurrected like a god. Then they realized, did Youngmin get respawned like in a game after dying? Then they started to come to the conclusion that if people who die in this round will get resurrected and come back to life, then it should be okay if they kill each other, right? After that realization, everyone took their weapons out, saying that if Youngmin really came back to life, then so will others. So this will not be called murder, and they should start the quest. With this, they started walking toward a big melon lady who was really weak, with no class or any weapon, an easy target. She was really scared, saying everyone to calm down as they were not even sure if they would get resurrected like Youngmin. This might only be a one-time thing, but even before she could finish her sentence, someone with great force slashed her back, giving her intense pain, and blood splattered everywhere. But it was not enough. The guy continued to smash her ass. Continued to stab her back mercilessly until she died, crying, and everyone watched this in horror. Well, he watched too much Wolverine, now covered in blood, holding 3 claw blades, glaring at her dead body, shouting at her to come back to life. If she didn't come back to life, how was he going to kill her again for rejecting his proposal? Seeing this, everyone was just too shocked. They couldn't believe someone killed his own crush with such brutality. She was lying on the floor lifeless, and everyone just glared at her, horrified and disgusted. They started to panic, asking why she was not coming back to life. Another guy said they should wait, as she probably couldn't respawn right away. Then they remembered that Youngmin also didn't respawn right away. He respawned after 10 minutes, so they decided to wait for 10 minutes, and until then, they decided not to kill anyone, and everyone agreed. Finally, after 10 minutes, the body of the girl started to glow, her blood becoming golden, and slowly her wounds started to heal. In an instant, she was all healed. Even her torn clothes were healed. She then slowly woke up, stretching her hand like she had a very good nap, and once again everyone was surprised by seeing this scene. Then, with a jolt of realization, she remembered someone had just stabbed and attacked her from her back. She turned around and started to shout furiously, asking which one of them was that fucker who had attacked her from behind. But before she could do anything further, the Wolverine guy with a psycho smile jumped to kill her once again, saying this is the result of rejecting him. But surprise, surprise, before he could kill her, someone slashed the Wolverine guy in half from his back, killing him instantly. This guy was Black Flame Dragon, a meathead guy. Seeing how people were coming back to life after 10 minutes got him excited, saying now he could kill an unlimited number of people, and started to laugh. Wow, who would get happiness from killing people? Seeing him, the sissy and weak-hearted players got disgusted and vomited by all this bloody mess. Ryu, on the other hand, was just watching the mess from the back, thinking even though players can get resurrected, they will feel the pain of getting hit and killed. Now the situation was getting out of hand. One by one, everyone started to kill each other. Some started to kill for fun, and others started killing because of the flow. Now, seeing all this bloody mess, Ryu also decided to make his move. He summoned his black scythe and, with a cold look, started to walk forward, searching for his next target. He used his inner thought skill to find people who were planning to kill him, and Ryu killed them even before they were done thinking. Just like that, Ryu started his slaughtering. Seeing this, a group of 3 men decided to attack Ryu from his back when he was distracted. With swift movements, they dashed toward him. However, even before they could take their next breath, they died without even knowing what killed them. It was just too easy for Ryu. He explained that there was no way he could be ambushed from the back now that he had the inner thought skill. Then, Ryu noticed the meathead guy. He was brutally smashing players with a satisfying smile. Ryu explained that this guy was Black Flame Dragon, and he had the skill absorption. Ryu explained that from how deep Meathead's name, Tag, was, he must have killed more than 10 people, and this round was like a feast for him because of his absorption skill. Then, the Meathead with a psycho smile glared at his status window, and Ryu continued to explain that by using his skill absorption, with each kill, his progress bar would fill, and once it got full, he would gain a random stat point. He thought he would only gain stat points by killing monsters, but he was wrong. Even by killing players, his absorption progress was increasing. So like a mad psycho, he continued to slaughter everyone and his progress continued to increase. Then Meathead realized that the higher level players he killed, the more his progress bar increased. So a thought came to his mind. What if he killed Black Scythe? How much would his progress bar increase? He was sure that in one go, his progress bar would be full, not just once, but many times. However, after realizing that he would die like a dog if he even thought of fighting Ryu, he ditched the idea and decided not to even come near Ryu. Then his attention turned toward the weak players, and like a greedy fox, he glared at them. The next moment, he started slaughtering them. While doing so, he said, "This is such a stress-relieving thing to do." He was enjoying this so much that he could do it all day. The meathead was just too happy as before because with Young Min and the musclehead, he couldn't even hunt properly. As a player tried to sneak attack him from behind, he instantly dodged and with a single swing, smashed the guy's head, killing him instantly. He explained, "Others are just killing for their survival, but me? Well, my stats get a boost for killing, and this round is like a paradise for me." He continued to kill, his progress bar filling up to half. After some time, everyone the meathead killed slowly started to respawn, and he was ready with his axe. Once again, even before they could take cover, the meathead started to slaughter them. Finally, after doing this for a while, all bloody, with blood covering his body, he thought he himself had lost count of how many people he had just killed. He would have to continue killing to be on top of the leaderboard. Just then, a footstep startled him, and as he turned, it was none other than Ryu. Seeing him, the meathead got startled and took one step back. Ryu continued to walk toward the meathead with a dead serious look, glaring at him, holding his big fat black stick. Before the meathead could do anything, Ryu used his skill, Night of Death, and the surrounding area's entire light got sucked in. In front of everyone, a black cloud appeared, and their vision got blacked out. The meathead noticed Ryu's black scythe just became semi-transparent, and he thought he just had to be careful and dodge Ryu's attack. Then, the first chance he got, he would kill Ryu, but the next moment, his vision became twisted. In front of him, Ryu was standing upside down. After a moment, he realized he got fucked up. His head had just been sliced off, and Ryu was just standing effortlessly, slicing Fire Black Dragon's head. In his last moment, Fire Black Dragon said he was Black Scythe for a reason, and from now on, if Ryu even came close to him, he would kill him, but he would not come anywhere near Ryu. On the other hand, Young Min was just watching the chaos, everyone killing each other like animals. Then, a girl respawned just beside him, which surprised him a bit. The girl, after waking up, yawned like she took a good nap. Seeing her, Young Min finally understood what happened. In this round, after dying, anyone would be automatically resurrected. Seeing this, he clenched his fist, and with a smirking and evil smile, he thought that the game had made this round for them to kill each other. This was a great opportunity to take his revenge on those sons of bitches who stabbed him in the back. He said he would kill them all the traitors, and give them a painful death. He didn't waste a single minute and started to search for his ex-friends. Finally, after some time, he spotted one of them. He noticed the bow and arrow guy, who was also busy killing people. Young Min, with a happy face, started running toward his friend, which startled him. He was about to ask why Young Min was here, but before he could finish his sentence, Young Min, with a happy and devastating punch, hit him in the face, and he went flying backward. His friend was already in great pain, crying and holding his head, but Young Min didn't care. With a wicked smile, he raised his hand, saying that he had told Young Min on the phone that the moment he saw Young Min, he would kill him. Now, why wasn't he killing him, huh? With that, Young Min continued to smash his friend's head until it became flat, brutally killing him. As his friend dies, Young Min just threw him on the ground like trash, saying it was refreshing. Well, what is wrong with their minds? How can one get refreshed by killing anyone? Well, back to the story. Then, young Min turned back with a wicked smile, saying, "Now, where are the rest of the sons of the bitches?" And with this, the episode ends here. Please like and subscribe to this new channel for more manhwa episodes. Thanks for watching. Previous episode, we saw how, after knowing that whoever gets kills can't get back to life, the entire area became a slaughterhouse. Ryu also started to play, and Youngmin, after realizing he can kill, his heart contained, started brutally killing all his friends. The entire field became a bloody battlefield. Everyone was killing each other. And Arin, well, she was scared to her inner core, just holding her swords, terrified, trembling, thinking if there was a hell, would it look like this? A field of massacre filled with only murderous intent for each other. Then, Body was engaged in killing when he noticed Arin freaking out. He asked if she is okay and if she is tired, but with a trembling voice, she explained that rather than being tired, she is having a hard time mentally. Seeing all this bloody mess, she feels like she will faint and feeling like vomiting. The bodyguard, with an annoyed face, thought she is really annoying, a sissy, weak-minded. If it was not for protecting her, he could have killed many more and got a higher ranking on the leaderboard, but he can't do it. If anything happened to her, how will he be able to face Heavenly Demon? Just then, he noticed something, and from behind, someone grabbed Arin's hair strongly. She felt sharp pain, and a man with a dagger raised his hand to make a hole in her chest. She couldn't do anything. She was just standing there, scared, screaming. But before he could kill her, the bodyguard came to her rescue. With a swift swing, he disarmed him, and then the next moment, the bodyguard pierced the man's chest, and blood splattered everywhere. Arin, on the other hand, still continued to be scared. The man was groaning in pain, holding his chest, and the bodyguard turned back, calling Arin and asking her to finish him off. Arin, on the other hand, was still preparing her mind, too terrified to even move an inch, just staring at the bloody sword. After staring at the sword for a moment, she finally prepared her mind, and with courage, she stood up and gave the final blow, killing the man. Just after that, she started to vomit, seeing all the blood. She was still struggling, and the bodyguard was glaring at her with a disappointed look. After a while, Arin stood up, still feeling like she would faint any moment now, and asked how much longer they have to keep fighting like this. The bodyguard explained that according to him, there is still 1 hour left before the round gets over. Hearing this, Arin got even more panicked, saying that just watching all this is killing her from inside. She didn't understand how everyone could kill each other like they were eating food, like it's a normal thing to do. Even though she knew that if she did not kill, she would die, she was not able to do it. Once again, after hearing all this, the bodyguard started to get annoyed, thinking she was just so damn weak, acting like a delicate flower that would break with just a slight touch. But he couldn't do anything. He had to protect her even though it annoyed him. Then, with a serious face, the bodyguard suggested to Arin that if she was tired, she could rest. He told her she had already killed enough to be in the leaderboard. After hearing this, Arin agreed. She thought the bodyguard was really kind and always protected her, without knowing all the toxic thoughts he had for her. With that, the bodyguard turned and started to walk forward, telling her to stick close to him. Now the bodyguard was really happy, thinking he should be the one thanking her. Now he could concentrate on killing others and didn't have to spoon-feed her anymore. So with that, he also started his killing. 50 minutes passed, and Ryu continued his one-sided slaughtering. At this point, he was starting to get bored. He had done this round so many times that he could complete it blindfolded, and he wished for the round to complete soon so he could go home. After checking, he realized that only 10 minutes were left, and he decided to speed up. Just then, a person who was fed up with his life charged toward suicide, and like a very kind person, Ryu granted his wish by killing him in the most brutal way possible. Now, with only 10 minutes left, he needed to speed up to rank first all over the world once again to get the reward he wanted. With immense speed, he dashed forward to find new targets, and the other players were running away. They say death. Well, Ryu is indeed death himself. Just like any ordinary day, Ryu casually started dashing forward, killing players who were in his way like it was not a big deal. He killed 3 of them but spared the last one. The last player was confused, sitting and thinking why Ryu didn't kill him. Perhaps Ryu liked him? But Ryu explained that there was no need to kill someone he had already killed once. In round 4, the kill count is not decided by how many players one killed. It's decided by how many unique kills one has. This means that if a person kills the same person multiple times, only 1 kill will be counted. So he didn't have to kill unnecessarily, and only needed to find who he hadn't killed yet. Then Ryu noticed young Min, who was, as always, on the road to become the king of trash. He was casually smashing his friend's skull. Ryu explained that this was the perfect example of what he was explaining earlier. Young Min continued to smash his friends again and again for hours. Then he started to laugh, and Ryu couldn't believe how Young Min was killing his friends repeatedly for more than 2 hours now. Ryu thought it would be an incredible feat for him to pass this round like this. Just then, one of Young Min's friends got regenerated, and with drooling mouth, Young Min dashed toward him and once again started smashing his face, saying that's what he gets for going against him. He scolded him, saying he should have resurrected faster. Ryu started to feel bad for Young Min's poor friends, as Young Min was not getting any kills, and their friends were also stuck in an endless killing cycle. That's why you should never have psycho friends, or you will end up like this. Okay. Now there was only 1 minute left, and Ryu sped up even more to get as many kills as possible. After scanning the area, some were acting like psychos, some were holding their husbands and crying. Well, Ryu had already killed them once. Finally, when there were 10 seconds left, Ryu noticed someone he hadn't killed before, and even before he could react, Ryu smashed him in half. The timer ended, and a yellow shield formed, circling every player, shocking them. With a crackling sound, the hot damn angel appeared with her fake warm smile, saying, "Did you all have a fun time killing my monkeys, huh?" All the players got furious hearing her words. Just the sight of her was enough to scare the players to death, and Ryu was just standing with his cool pose, glaring at the angel as if he might also make her into a holy mess. The angel, on the other hand, tauntingly said that humans are very dirty creatures. She pointed out the dirty blood and how they turned this once clean place into a bloody mess. Amused, she played with her hair and praised everyone, saying they did a great job killing each other. She found it truly fun to watch them like that and had a wonderful time. Then she mentioned that once she brings the dead back to life, she will look at the leaderboard to announce the top players. However, Ryu was getting more and more annoyed, thinking that she is just acting like a god. But in reality, even if she didn't do anything, once the round gets over, everyone will eventually come back to life. She just wanted some attention. One by one, everyone's body parts started to regenerate, shocking them. Everyone who died started to come back to life, including Young Min's friends. They were all shocked and surprised that finally the killing cycle was over. As they woke up, Young Min's friends started banging on the barrier, shouting at Young Min, calling him names and threatening to kill him once they got out of there. Young Min just stood there with a smirking smile, adding fuel to the fire. His friends continued to shout, and the angel noticed this. She got annoyed and, with an annoyed death stare, warned everyone that if any human talked now, she would pop their heads. So everyone fell silent. After that, excited and holding her hands, the angel, while singing and dancing, one by one flew past every player. They said that now that they are silent, they are looking like nice little obedient monkeys. Despite feeling like killing her in the most brutal way possible, everyone remained silent. Then she flew up, saying that now that everyone was respawned, it was time to look at the leaderboard. But then she stopped, saying that before that she had to see who completed the hidden subquest. This shocked everyone, and they questioned if there was a subquest in this run too. But there were no monsters here, so how? Before they could finish, the angel with her face-warm smile explained that they were indeed dumb little monkeys. Did they think subquests can only be completed by killing monsters? With a flicker of her hand in front of everyone, the subquest window appeared. There was written that upon killing the zone leader in the limited time, one can complete the subquest, and the reward will be the lowest rank Mana Stone draw token. This shocked everyone, as this time the subquest was to kill a person, not a monster. The angel nodded and said that was right. Foolish humans. She informed them that, for the record, only one person completed this quest in her zone, and that was none other than Black Scythe. As she mentioned Black Scythe, everyone started glaring at him, and Ryu, well, he didn't give a shit. He was just standing there, thinking about when he would go home and meet Wani. Everyone then started gossiping that Ryu had indeed killed Young Min as soon as the round started. If they had known about this, everyone would have run to kill Young Min like a madman. Just thinking about everyone trying to kill Young Min was enough to send chills down Young Min's spine. Then he remembered Ryu told him he would save his ass, so he killed him, and he became the zone leader to save his ass. Young Min thought that Black Scythe indeed kept his word. Then the angel finally decided to announce the ranking of the leaderboard, and with a sinister smile, she said this was her favorite part, and they must also be excited to know who will be surviving this round and who will die. She knows. Then she explained they will be ranked according to the order in which they killed unique individuals, meaning even if they killed someone many times, only one kill will be counted. This shocked and terrorized everyone. and almost everyone had killed the same person over and over. Seeing this, the angel sighed, saying she started to pity them, saying how could they even think the round would be so damn easy. With a flick of her hand, she announced the results and revealed the world leaderboard. There, Ryu was on number 1 with a staggering 772 kills at level 30. Even the second place person was only at level 13. Ryu was just overpowered. Seeing this, the angel once again started to laugh with pleasure, saying, "So, Black Scythe took first place once again, and Ryu, well, he just continued to glare at her like he will now eat her alive." With this, the episode ends here. Please like and write average 19 inches in the comments. Goodbye.